I can't go to work. And I'm not complaining because this rain is purifying the land right now. As you can see, all up and through the Appalachians, they're having flash flooding, which is killing people. And good riddance, because I'm trying to tell you, if the earth and nature is if you're caught up in these disasters right now, you're you're being purged. That means you're supposed to. And if God did not intend for anything bad to come upon you, then no bad will come upon you. And that's just the truth. But a lot of stuff has changed since really since I last went live, and that was a few days ago. It's crazy. Like, they got this new pope. I did some research on him. Turns out, like, the dude's a pedophile. Not surprised. In order to be the pope, you have to be a pedophile or a pedophile sympathizer, or have shown history of covering up pedophilia, because that's the whole organization right there. It's like the great and abominable church. They feel good preying on the weakest members of society, which is absolutely children. But that's the world that we have come to. And did you see all those Christians get up there fawning and they're just like it's just like president worship here. They all got up there and fawned over that man, and they know their church has been caught multiple times, multiple dioceses, touching little boys every country they go to, touching little girls every country they go to. They know that, and they still get up there with these like glazed over, like soulless, dead eyes and worship a man. Oh, look, and then like, bro, they're also trying to say that the Pope is black. All right, okay, they're also trying to say that the Pope is black. All right, so like this kind of stuff never ends, my guys. This kind of stuff never ends, never ever ends, and it's just real interesting to me to see the point we've come to, where every week you're having back-to-back natural disasters in the Americas. Middle America's not safe. None of these countries are safe, and it's all because of this. It's time. The game is over. It's time to return the land of the Aborigines. It's time for European/white people to return to their position on the earth before they came and started stealing other people's positions and heritages. And it's time for their great abominable church that y'all all worship, which is the Christian church, which is the Catholic Church and all her daughters, to be dismantled. And if y'all don't do this, then forever will destruction come upon you. I'm trying to tell you this, but no one listens. See? They think, oh, they're being racist. All right, let me look at your church and your history and just your whole history. Europeans colonized 80% of the world. So right then and there, that's conquering the world. So right then and there, and when y'all look at all the stuff y'all did in this age and all the stuff that is built on, right then and there, you know you have no grounds. People go, well, that's what my ancestors did. You guys don't understand. When your ancestors sin, you, the children, bear the iniquity. It's always been like that. That is very super biblical, okay? It wasn't until your New Testament white Jesus said everything is forgiven. You know? Do you think that your Pope and your Christian leaders, because it's not just the Catholic Church that is terribly involved in pedophilia. All churches are. The Mormon Church has been caught in this. All churches have. You know why? Because these positions of power where people worship and trust these people like with all their heart and soul and believe like they're representatives of God, that's where these weirdos go to, because then they know they can get in these little cliques and take advantage of your faith and whatever faith you have in them and your children. And you guys let that happen. You still, how much of America does Christian camp and Christian this and that? And you don't know, all these little camps you send your people, or your kids do these Christian camp, they all have a history of pedophilia. Whether it be the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, it don't matter where you send them. You know why? Because you're trying to outsource parenting when those children came to this world and they're your responsibility. You know what I mean? But but because of the world y'all don't have time to be parents. Y'all don't have time for regular human emotion. Y'all don't even have time to sit and critically think about the world y'all live in. You don't. And why don't you have that time? You don't have that time because y'all have made everything about income and wealth and this and that. So you got to cut these corners, and then y'all don't see all this evil shit going on because y'all just cutting corners to live. You know? And I mean that. Like, people be like, oh, you guys are being racist, you're being... Bro, how, bro? How? Please explain to me how. If we're being racist and not just talking about the truth, because once you get into the truth, all that race stuff doesn't matter. See, like, is it true that Europeans colonized 80% of the world? Yes. Is it true that y'all all are occupying the land of the Aborigines here? Yes. Is it true that for a very long time, since before the 1500s, the Christian organizations have had problems with pedophilia? Yes. Is it true that you guys still go to these churches and worship and tithe and give your money, even though you know? Yes, that's all that is true. All of that's true. Isn't it true, like, your founding fathers enslaved people and stole land and murdered people and ripped teeth out of people who had good teeth and stole their teeth and put it in their mouth and stuff like that? Yeah, that's all true. So therefore, like, how in this age, when we're like, all this stuff y'all did and hid and all these massacres and all this stuff y'all just been sweeping under the rug for centuries, we're bringing it out, and now y'all gonna accuse us of racism. They start saying, well, it's critical race theory. Oh yeah, I bet it's critical race theory. I bet it's something, it's a race theory. Like, y'all didn't murder the Aborigines and steal their land and lie about the history, but it's some kind of race theory. Like, that's what we're coming across. Then you got Trump, he's like, we're anti-woke. We're anti-truth too. I tell you what, any Trump supporter, I hope y'all get offended when y'all hear this. Even if you supported Democrats or so-called Kamala who thinks she's black. Even no matter who you supported, but if you support Trump, because the Trump supporters think that Trump is about to revamp America and bring an end to child trafficking. No, he's not, bro. This country is built on trafficking in men, women, and children. It's built on it. You think he's going to end that? Do you think Donald Trump is going to stop all this stuff and stop sending money to all these foreign countries like he said? He campaigned on not sending money to foreign countries. And I would say that in general, he has sent more money to foreign countries than any other president. You just haven't been paying attention. Because his support for Israel is unwavering, and that's your problem. See what I'm saying? But like, everything's built on lies here. So we live in this fantasy world where, like, he's got the right to keep people out the country, and he's got the right, and y'all don't have a right to be here. No so-called American has a right to be here except for the Aborigines of the land and their descendants. And that's the truth. Because, like, if I invite you into my home and first I'll let you stay as guest, and then you invite your whole family, next thing I know, I'm getting thrown out my home and I'm a stranger and you're running shit, then hey, guess what? You're here illegally. You're in violation of God's law, not just international law, because Americans love to say, like, we're raped. No, bro, why don't you follow your own laws? Because if you follow international law, then you would recognize that you and your whole nation who genocided the Aborigines of the land to possess their land are in violation of international law. It's crazy because America sees that supposedly happening somewhere else, and they jump in swinging their dick around, and that's very true. And with all their military force, and we're gonna bring freedom and justice and all. But all Americans are hypocrites because y'all been did that 1500s to this very day. Y'all have done that. See, but white people don't think nothing of their problem. They think light of colonization. They think light of, they make jokes. They think light of it, and that's what I'm saying. That's why there's flash floods going all the way through the Appalachians right now, and it's not even done. And look, that shit is killing people. Like, look it up. You can get on your phone. That shit is killing people dead, and it's gonna continue. Every week, there's going to be natural disasters, and there's going to be a high rising death toll. I was making a video about this, and I made it short and told people, like, I wake up, I save my video before I go to sleep. I wake up, I go to, like, do the final edit to put it out. It's gone. Like, and that's what, I know what's going on. It's not no error. It's the freaking the people they assign to watch you. They're all up in your software. There's back doors into all the technology, into the phones. There's back doors into everything. So they can micromanage you while you're making your content. And I was trying to explain that to somebody. Like, it's not the first time I've woken up and something's just gone. And I just saved it last night and it's gone. But I'm gonna redo it because they're not gonna stop me from putting out what I gotta do and doing what I do. But I just wanted to come here live and just rant a little bit, talk about how, like, you know, Europeans are still hypocrites. They're not showing any capacity of change, and this is what's going on. They wanted to go, oh, we got this president from America. He's Creole. He's Creole African. Now everybody want to be black. Everybody wants to be, you know. When Trump got shot, he was trying to claim he's 50 Cent. When he got fake shot, you know. If anyone thought that was real, I don't know what to tell you. The dude, everything that, if you know anything about, like, the Secret Service, is you don't assume there's one shooter. You don't assume that the president's safe. Once they had him on the ground, there wouldn't have been no photo op where he's doing this. Like, that's too perfect, bro. That's what I'm saying. For anybody with eyes, you can clearly see that's a photo op. Like, and let me tell you, bro, I don't know if you've ever been shot at, but if you've ever been shot at, the last thing you're thinking about in that situation is trying to show your supporters that you're tough and strong and standing up with you. You're trying to get the fuck away from the shooter. And as far as they know, if the shooting was real, they don't know how many shooters there could have been. There could have been a whole squad of shooters. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they, like, that's how you know, like, shit is fake. Shit is fake. It's all theater. The whole Middle East is theater because they don't want all that hate and energy that went into the Middle East for all these years to be on America. And that's what's coming. So that's why the Trump administration is out here like, oh yeah, we gotta love America and be patriots and all this shit, because shame is coming upon this nation at the end of days, and they just don't want to, like, let it all go, and they literally have to let it all go. Like, America, the ideal of American exceptionalism. America is not exceptional. If you enslave people to build your wealth and business and then lie about it and then never speak about it, oppress the people that was here, all that good stuff, it'll never, that stuff will never go away, and it'll never end. It cannot, you know? And the further you get into this, the deeper you go. Let me see if I could, let me see. Yeah, I was just trying to see if there's any comments, but I forget how to pull those up. All right, forgive me, guys. Just forgot how to pull those comments out. But yeah, if you really start looking into what's going on, this is the end game of capitalism, and this is the end stage of capitalism and colonialism falling apart. They can't admit that, so, you know, they got their scientific explain. Oh well, it's due to a rise in atmospheric pressure in the flux capacitor of the atmosphere, and some scientific they explain to you. No, it's because your time has reached this prophesied end, and now the creation will be destroyed. And just like in the flood of Noah, he's going to preserve a certain lineage, and then he's going to exterminate the rest of the lineages. And then whoever's smart enough to see that will be on that boat with Noah. Just like Noah had people that weren't of his pure blood on that boat because what they believed what he said. And they weren't pure people. They just had faith and Noah's words, and God counted that as faith in him and let them come on the boat. That's why, because their DNA was corrupted. It was Noah who was pure, and Noah's generations was pure. When you read it and you learn, but God still let those corrupted people get on the boat because they had faith in Noah's words. And he counted that as faith in his word because God didn't deal with them. Now, the same situation now. I don't claim to be Noah. I don't claim to be, I know I'm an Israelite, and that's what I'm saying. We as a group, as a collective, have put out a bunch of damning information against this beast. Now, if you hearken to our words, you may be spared this destruction. And it's not like, oh, he listened to me or he subscribes to me, so you're good. It's not like that. it's like God's gonna know what you fucking believe in your heart. So it's not like you could scam your way out of it. There ain't no trickery when it comes to this stuff. It's you either got it or you don't got it. You either believe or you don't. And if you don't believe, well, woe to you and woe to the entire country. That's what it's gonna be. Because it's not about like, oh, let's subscribe to my channel and I'ma make sure that you're safe. I'm never gonna tell you nothing like that. Because I don't do that. Go ahead. People nosy as hell, bro. People nosy as hell. Like, go ahead. Can't you see I'm out here doing something? There's this old couple that, like, no one comes through this door entrance. They see me out here live. They want to walk through here. Try to talk to me. I'm like, I don't like to just talk to random strangers for no reason. And a lot of people, like these old people, be on psychotropic medicine, so like, you can tell because at least some kind of look on their in their eyes and in their face, like glazed over, like go lucky look. And it's like them people be taking like serotonin reuptake, and they all have this crazy look on their face. If you look it up, like look up like psychotropic medicine look. People have these looks on their face when they take psychotropic medicine. They look crazy. They are crazy. And they're always smiling. And that's the people, like, that's because, again, this is because the system is so wicked. You've been convinced, doctors who know nothing about chemistry, and let me tell you, that is an experimental field in medicine and science, have been making drugs for brain chemistry. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. All them drugs, no matter who approves it, are experimental. That's why they always have all these side effects, because you're the test dummy. You just don't recognize it. You know, there's no need for all these drugs, and that's another symptom of this sick-ass society. The statements on these supplements haven't been evaluated by the FDA because they don't look at supplements. Like, they're not gonna look at a tablet of turmeric and be like, yeah, this could cure your cancer. They're not gonna do the research because that's not gonna make them money because they can't patent it. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. That's why America spends the most on healthcare, but we're all the most unhealthy. Because it's not about health. All that stuff is poison. Everything is poison. And all the good stuff they tell you is like not checked out by scientists. That's why you go to surgeries and you go to all this stuff, and everything is always focused on what drugs they can give you, what pharmaceuticals they can give you, what medical intervention they can give you. When you come out of surgery, they're not telling you, hey, eat this stuff, don't eat this stuff. I mean, they might particular for certain things that might react with your medicine, but not for healing your body, because it's not about healing your body. It's about profit. So if you get, conditions that keep you dependent on the medical system, that's why most of America is like fat and sick. And they trust their doctors, and your doctor makes money. And his job is to sell drugs for the pharmaceutical company. And you think it's all about health, and no, bro. If it was all about health, you wouldn't even be sick. They would tell you, like, don't eat this and don't eat that because it's all poison. And you would be good. But where's the money in that? You know what I mean? Where's the money in helping people be healthy? Ain't no money in that. It's money in sickness. That's why, like, you can go to the middle of nowhere in Tanzania, South Africa, or the Congo or South America, and you'll see them people that live in the woods and eat berries and sticks and wild animals are the healthiest people on the planet. They don't get sick. But you come to America, they got petroleum products in the food and in the medicine. Literally, legally. Like, I don't know why anybody comes to America. The food here is trash on purpose. And you want to live, you better be rich. You better be rich, or you're gonna be outside the hotel like them people they kicked out. Everybody talks to Europe. Well, why does Europe have universal health care, but we don't? And we also have all these taxes that would be enough to pay for like a universal health care and all this stuff. But really, when you figure it out, like we're paying for all these nations to have all the shit they have. That's why America is like the number one in everything charitable to other nations. Like we give the most foreign aid, we give the most everything to everybody. Look it up. I even speculated and I started putting this in my video, which is why I think like they like went in my computer and like deleted that shit. I can't prove it, but that's really what I think. Um, we are the ones who without America, none of these nations could ever exist. Like literally, none of these nations could ever exist like they do. Like you see how much money, like all these weird, like even Taiwan, even China, like between the trade relationship. Without America, none of these nations could ever exist. And that's how I know, like, we're not really beefing with China. We're not really beefing with Russia. None of these nations truly beef with each other and truly desire to destroy each other because they've been what started it. It's all like keeping us thinking like all these nations are separate and they all are who they claim they are when they're not. They're not who they claim they are. None of these nations are who they claim they are. China's not China. Russia's not Russia. You know, and there's ample evidence for this. It's not conspiracy, my friends. It's not conspiracy. Thank you, bro. I locked myself out early this morning. You're not trying to smoke a blunt? All right. Yeah, I forgot I was still alive. Just gotta grab something. I guess I'll be walking to the store now. We only got one person in the live anyway. I don't typically go live often, so it's like, you know, it's like that. I just think it's real interesting, guys. They picked a pope from the Americas, and he named himself Pope Leo. He's trying to imitate the lion. He's trying to be like, oh, I'm the Lion of Judah. Like that's really the symbolism. Like you're allowed to pick your own name as the president, as the pope. Like that's how you know it's all a scam. Like there's no culture or tradition to it. He could be like one of them was Pope Innocent III. Like bro, if you gotta put innocent in your name, you know you're anything but innocent. And this is a thing. Like yeah, Pope Pius. Like like yeah, I wish I was that freaking bold and conceited to put pious in front of any title I call myself. Like I get on Snapchat or Facebook or Google, I'm like, I'm Freeway Larry, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show you on the freeway. That's me. I'm not like, you know, magnificent God Emperor. That's what these people are. Like that's what you Pope Leo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and he's another old, decrepit white man that's a pedophile. Look it up. Your new pope is a pedophile. Pedophile. All the popes have been pedophiles. Every pope is a kitty diddler. bro. Every poke is like Drake on 100. Yeah, so it might get a little blurry here as we walk through the rain. I just figured I would see how long I go live for. Just sit around, talk. I can't see your comments if you are commenting. Let me see. It must be one of these buttons. See, like, I can't even be seeing the chat. I don't know what's up with YouTube anymore, bro. I'm gonna read them all afterwards, so definitely do comment if you're gonna comment. Yeah, I kind of got to walk to the store in between the heavy rain spouts. It's the judgment on the land. Like this shit, the fire, the water, all the elements are purifying the land. And any soul is lost or who's supposed to be lost. You know what I mean? Like people were like, some dude got on my case a while back because he's like, children died. I was like, okay, then that means they were supposed to die. Like, you know, we live in the real world. People die. Children don't live until they're adults. Like, that's not guaranteed to everybody, bro. And like, this is the reflection of a world that your ancestors created, and God is bringing justice on y'all for what your ancestors have done. And look, people always like to complain and say that's not fair and all this other stuff. Hey, bro, I didn't make the rules. When karma's a real thing, right? And if sins aren't paid for in one life, it's going to be paid for in another, which means you're going to come back and you're going to go through the things that you put people through. Sorry, that you put people through in your past life. And that's just the truth. It's going to get so noisy that you're not going to be able to hear me. It's a bad day for walking. Yeah, but it's really a shame about that project. I have to restart the whole thing. Like, it's not the first time this has happened. That's why, like, I can't stand, like, these Clipchamp like services where everything is kept online and saved online, because then, like, they can press a button, corrupt all your files, and then it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. Like, a lot of the times, like, if you look at Microsoft's new setup and Windows' new setup, they're trying to record. They got this recall feature that can record everything you do on your device. Like, anytime, anything your screen was on, every frame your screen ever shows, they can record it for life. And now I'm like, this is going to be the beginning of micromanaging what you do with your technology, with their technology you buy and your time. It's going to be the beginning of the like technological feudalism. Techno-feudalism. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna enjoy walking back in this bitch. Hey man, I can have a pack of Newport shorts, this lighter. Ooh, shit. Almost,
Just
yeah.
leave it, yeah, and I'll give it to you.
Almost knocked the whole thing over right there in a blue game. Let it all work out. All right, you're gonna get your stir for a second, guys. Gotta pay for this.
$25.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that's legal.
Just the code for the door.
Yeah, I was confused. I just it sounded like it. Like 24.68, man. Hey, man.
Good.
Yeah, I'm trying to light this before I walk over there. Cause if I step out, I'm not gonna be able to light nothing. Want one? You no smoke? That's good. Where you from, man? Barak. I don't know how to say it. Barak? Yeah. They calling it Barak now. Modi changed they changing the name. It's Barak. I seen him at the last G20. They changed they changed the title and everything everywhere. That's gonna be like Barak now. I don't even know how to say that. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. That's a puddle on the ground here. Now the rain is really picking up and the wind. It's actually getting scary out, guys. I thought I could run there and run back before the rain picked up, but I was wrong. And there's just massive puddles everywhere. Like now my socks are wet. That's ass. There's massive puddles everywhere. It's gonna rain like this all week. So you know, like that flash flooding that's happening across the Jersey and the Appalachians and the East Coast is gonna intensify. And that's how you know, guys. It's the end of America, bro. And that's why every day it's like record-breaking tornado outbreak, record-breaking storm, record-breaking this and that. Then y'all felt those earthquakes a few days ago that hit, you know, Georgia and the rest of the country. And it's crazy because I was making a video about this and it got deleted. Like, I saved it and went to sleep and I woke up, it was gone. It's crazy. Ooh. I'm gonna go change my socks. You walk for 5 minutes out, you're soaked.
Está viniendo.